Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day.
Oh, look, another morning routine for you. Yes, I wake up at 5 a.m., have a bowl of overnight oats, drink black coffee, and read for an hour. I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. When I opened my blinds, the moon was still up, which was rude. Then it takes about 10 minutes to get bundled up for the freezing tundra that is Alberta. It was negative 28 today, also rude. This is the hardest part of my day. Oh my gosh, it was so cold, but we gotta get to the gym.
It's giving self-torture, not self-care, babe. Hi! It's been a while. I haven't done a sit-down video in so long. But how are you? How have you been? I've been good. I've been alright. We're surviving. But on a note of surviving, let's be honest, between the wars, recession, cost of living, mass layoffs, civil unrest, looks maxing, office siren, Barbie core, tennis core, it's been a lot. There's been a lot going on, so no wonder a lot of us look to social media for answers on how to take care of ourselves physically and mentally. We live in an age where social media has a huge impact on our perception of happiness, wellness and success. And with influencers, not even just wellness influencers, but influencers as a whole, showcasing their picture perfect lives and offering advice on how we can achieve the same, it's no wonder why some of us can kind of go down a hole of trying to seek the same lifestyle and taking the advice of those who really aren't qualified to give it, and ending up feeling like we are failures because we're unable to achieve what they've achieved or to have the routines that they have. But let's delve in a little deeper into these routines and how they can actually be detrimental to us. Okay, now don't get me wrong, having a routine is great. It can keep you on track, it can keep you on focus, it helps you to build positive habits. I'm all for a routine. And we've all seen those picture perfect morning routines on our For You pages where someone's waking up and they look great when they wake up, giving Beyonce, I woke up like this.
I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Open their curtains with their floor to ceiling windows, go and make their protein shake before heading down to the gym in their service department, coming back up, having a shower, doing a skin routine before doing their 9 to 5, and after the 9 to 5 they might do a 5 to 9 with their side hustle, with their passion that they love, or before doing a skincare routine and going back to bed to do it again the next day. So no hating, we've all seen it, it looks great, but is it really obtainable? Not just to us, but is it really attainable to those people that are showcasing it too? The concept of the 5 a.m. morning routine and the 5 a.m. club was actually developed by lawyer turned author Robin Sharma. He garnered a huge following after his book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and the 5 a.m. club explores the concept of waking up at 5 a.m. as it's the best time for you to have solitude, and apparently you have improved brain function at this time to enable you to function like a billionaire. Now, a key point about this book as a whole is that the book is fictional. It's a fictional book and it's not real life, but it has developed into a routine for many, and even the author himself has created a paid for membership where people can take part in the 5 a.m. club. So as mentioned, this concept seems to have taken over social media and TikTok in particular, spearheading content creators and influencers the same to film their 5 a.m. morning routine and pushing the narrative that you too can follow me and do this routine and be superhuman. But unfortunately, what these 60-second videos don't do is tell you the full story of both the concept and the realities of doing routines like this. The hidden 20-20-20 rule of the 5 a.m. club. A key concept of the book is the 20-20-20 rule. This outlines spending 20 minutes on 3 highly valuable activities to really utilize that first hour in your day. The first 20 minutes consists of exercise, getting your blood flowing, getting your heart going. This is meant to be really good for cholesterol, hormone balance, and helps to relieve stress to set you up for the rest of the day. The second 20 minutes consists of relaxation and meditation. The book states that finding peace this early on in the day helps to give you solitude and you're not too distracted by what's going on outside, what's going on in the households. People are usually asleep, and it allows you to find peace and to set up your mind for the rest of the day. And finally, the last 20 minutes is to make time to learn. The book states, instead of wasting time on useless entertainment like social media, spend time learning and reading. Because if it's one thing that ultra rich have in common, it's a love for learning. I mean, when you read this sounds reasonable. It sounds like, okay, 20 minutes exercise, 20 minutes meditation, 20 minutes learning. Not too bad, I can do that. But let's look at what some of you guys are doing on TikTok.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life and your ass was asleep.
If you go to the gym before work in the morning, stop right now and listen to me for 30 seconds. Listen, I'm with you. I get up at 5 a.m. It's freaking hard. We're a different breed of people that are able to get up and go to the gym this early. And then go stand at work all day? Yeah, we're a little crazy, okay? But you're also making it way too hard on yourself. I'm here to make your life easier. 3 things you're going to do if you're struggling with being consistent on getting to the gym. 1, you're going to have a plan. You're going to know every single day what workout you're going to do and how long you're going to be there. 2, you're going to find all your favorite songs and add them to a playlist to wake your butt up. 3, this is now becoming part of your daily routine and part of your job. You're not going to make it a choice. You're just going to get up and you're going to go.
Oh, look, another morning routine for you. Yes, I wake up at 5 a.m., have a bowl of overnight oats, drink black coffee, and read for an hour. I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. When I opened my blinds, the moon was still up, which was rude. Then it takes about 10 minutes to get bundled up for the freezing tundra that is Alberta. It was negative 28 today, also rude. This is the hardest part of my day. Oh my gosh, it was so cold, but we gotta get to the gym. And even though I'm a morning person, this is still really hard to do, but I do it for that feeling of positive endorphins after. Today I worked my back, and no, we cannot do a full pull-up yet. That's why I love this machine so much. And this is probably my favorite gym move. I just feel so strong and sexy, you know? I did fall asleep a few times, but we are still out here trying, so that's all that matters.
My 3:55 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. routine. This is what my Tuesdays look like. I typically start out with cleaning or tidying the house. I cook a lot during the day, so I typically have a lot of dishes. I prefer to do them in the morning and then give the house a good once over before it's time to get ready for the pool. So my Tuesdays are what I coin double cardio day, in which I'll do a walk or a run and then I'll swim. My goal is 10,000 steps and then swimming for about 45 minutes. After that, I go to the spa to cool down and then I walk back to the house.
And please, no disrespect to any of these creators. As a society, we have really placed value in hyperproductivity and consumerism, and this is what we find ourselves participating in. So even when it comes to doing a practice such as meditation, such as journaling, we as a society have found a way to commodify it, complicating quite simple lessons and activities into something dramatic, because that's what we're taught to be. We're taught to be extraordinary. We all want to be aspirational. And at the end of the day, that's more appealing. That's what's going to sell versus being ordinary. You know, if you want to be inspired, do you want to see someone running for an hour or running for 20 minutes? By the way, sorry about the light. Like, I have no lighting. It's just got the window in front of me. So if the light's going in and out, it's because the sun. So with us valuing aspiration and being extraordinary, it's important to question, outside of social media and in the real world, how realistic are these routines? And are the content creators that are actually influencing you living up to the standard that they are setting us up for? Speaking of being fake on the internet, let's talk about the capitalist guru himself, Jay Shetty. Okay, so as someone who has been on the pursuit of positive health and wellness and self-development for over a decade now, I'm no expert, trust me, but I can confess I've tried a lot of the different routines for hyperproductivity. I've tried the vegan diet, the Dr. Sebi diet, the gluten-free diet. I've read the books, I've listened to the podcasts. I'm not gonna lie, the information that I've gathered over the years has been instrumental to my growth, and I do feel like that my knowledge is a lot better because of the things that I have consumed, but I don't feel like because I've consumed all of that information, it makes me an expert in the field. And this brings me on to Mr. Shetty. So So I assume if you've made it this far in the video and this is in your algorithm, that Jay Shetty has probably popped up on your For You page or your Discovery page at some point. So I won't go into too much detail, but here's a quick summary about who he is according to his website. Hold on. So, what's this say? So Jay Shetty is a global best-selling author, award-winning podcast host of On Purpose, Chief Purpose Officer at Calm, a purpose-driven entrepreneur. Why can't I read? A purpose-driven entrepreneur who's made an indelible impact on the hearts and minds worldwide. With an outstanding following of over 50 million across social media platforms, Jay Shetty possesses a talent for making purpose blah 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 blah. His life took a remarkable turn when he received a last-minute invitation to listen to a monk speak. In that moment, Jay Shetty began to question and redefine the very essence of success, aspiring to a life of service, impact, fulfillment, and passion. Okay. Now, he was already exposed this year by The Guardian for fabricating a great deal of his famous backstory, plagiarizing much of his content, and pushing promises of well-being to his millions, over 50 million followers on social media without much credentials to back that up. And what really kind of sickens me or upsets me about gurus like Jay Shetty and others, also the trad wives on TikTok, that will be a whole other video, I feel like their audience, the wellness audience as a whole, can be quite vulnerable because obviously we're going to the gurus, we're looking for advice because we're in a particular moment in our lives where we need the help. And you know, I don't think anything's wrong with giving advice based on your own personal experiences and based on the things that you know, but I feel like when you are lying and using people to make yourself rich and famous off of the back of an industry like wellness, now that's a problem.
It's not just about celebration, it's about what we celebrate in our lives. So when we celebrate our birthday, we're celebrating life. When you're celebrating an achievement, you're still celebrating a thing.
Yes.
And so celebrating life, when you're celebrating your breath, when you're celebrating your life force, your energy, your soul, the ability to love, the ability to be kind, the ability to have relational exchanges like we're having right now, that's what you celebrate.
And over the past few years, gurus like Shetty have shifted his focus to celebrity, which I think is incredibly interesting. As a society, we're already hyper-focused on celebrity, too focused on celebrity, and it does act as a huge distraction from our regular day-to-day lives and escapism, if you will. So this man, this guru who has a platform and is trusted by millions, now bringing on celebrities to, like, yes, we hear their backstory, and yes, he speaks to them about wellness, but at the end of the day, they come on when they have a product to push or they have something that they want to sell. I just find it strange that somebody who does profess to care about the mental well-being of his followers and people who listen to him, I feel like, yes, bringing like inspirational stories from celebrities can be seen as all good, people can be inspired by it, but ultimately what you're doing is putting the celebrities as the focus to your audience rather than themselves. We're trying to figure out how to sort out our own lives. J-Lo and Michelle Obama are okay, and yes, sometimes it can be inspirational to hear where they've come from and see where they've ended up.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
But they're okay. Like, we need information for us now. We're the ones in a recession, we're the ones in the cost of living crisis. So, I don't know, I just think seeing his platform move from what it was, which allegedly was already lies, into kind of focusing on celebrities when we have enough of that anyway. It's just really bad for the industry and really bad for the wellness community, I feel. Platforms like TikTok have been instrumental for opening up conversations about dealing with mental health and removing some of the stigma associated with that. There's no denying. We've learnt more about therapy, connecting with nature, having open communications with our loved ones, how to deal with things in the workplace, how to deal with things in our personal lives. It has taught us a tremendous amount. A lot of people wouldn't have had access to without platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. But we have to be honest that a lot of this has been coupled with lies and misinformation and toxic routines that have been designed to break you rather than make you. What's important to remember is that self-care and self-development is about walking in alignment with what feels right to you. Please don't feel like you're a failure if you're unable to wake up and be a part of the 5 a.m. club. Please don't feel like a failure if you're unable to kind of create the routines that you see happening on social media, if you're unable to have the diets that you see happening on social media, if you're not able to journal and meditate every day, it's fine. We are living life. So if you find that you are doing anything under the guise of wellness or self-care that doesn't quite feel right to you, take a look at it, see what else you can do to mold it to fit you, and go ahead and do that. Don't feel like you have to follow this rule book. And just remember that everybody's mental health journey is unique. And if you are being guided, nothing's wrong with being guided or taking advice. Please do so from credible sources. Yes, you can look to TikTok and yes, you can look to influencers, but everything needs to be balanced. I would love to hear what your thoughts are about wellness influencers and gurus. Take some time today to disconnect to reconnect, and remember that you're loved. I'll see you next time. Peace out. For centuries, the concept of well-being has been studied by philosophers. Complicated. Jay said, I honestly and truly don't know what is happening with my camera today. It's doing all sorts. Now my hair's fucked. Hold on. Everybody's mental health journey. Oh, my battery's running out now.